3 to 5 inches more snow in less than 24 hours.
Burned in a car, a mom and a toddler's fate.
And loving after living through death.
WFMY News 2 at 11 is New and Now.
By this time tomorrow, it'll be snowing across the Tri, and we could pick up close to 5 inches of snow before it's all said and done.
All hands on deck. Everybody's here doing what they can do.
We're building kind of a layer of anticipation of bad weather, for tomorrow night. In case that comes along, we don't.
It really depends a lot on the timing. If the event comes in rush hour, whether it's morning rush hour or afternoon, then our trucks are out there with everyone else and they're moving a lot slower.
Oh no, honey, I'm scared to drive when the street's wet.
Scared to drive when the street's wet. That's what she said. So don't get caught off guard on the roads, or you might be stuck out in even more snow.
Yeah, this morning, a snowy commute mess. You didn't see it coming, but the storm we're expecting in the next 24 hours. Make sure you're watching closely.
Many schools already announced a 2-hour delay for tomorrow. So let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Grant Gilmore. Grant, about half an inch today. Several more inches could be on the way.
Yeah, guys, that's the thing that we're watching. A lot of the schools delaying tonight because of the threat of black ice, but tomorrow evening, a completely different story. Winter storm watch is in effect for most of the area. Davie County already included in a winter storm warning as the storm is expected to arrive a little bit earlier for them. That watch begins at 6 tomorrow evening and lasts until noon on Thursday. Here's the storm. Not much to look at right now, but as it moves over the Gulf of Mexico, it will be strengthening. That's through the day tomorrow. The first part of the day tomorrow isn't bad. Watching for the threat for black ice tomorrow morning. Temperatures warm into the mid-40s under sunshine, but then cloud cover increases through tomorrow evening, and that's when we're expecting the snow to begin to fall. Before it's all said and done, I think we pick up anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of snow. A timeline is what you need to know. We'll have that forecast coming up.
Well, no matter how prepared you are, sometimes it's impossible to avoid driving in ice and snow.
Yeah, in fact, hundreds of wrecks in our area today. WFMY News 2's Emily Spain took a look at how the damage is piling up today, Emily.
Yeah, Frank and Julie, more than 100 wrecks in both Greensboro and Winston-Salem, and that was all before noon. So when I went out to look at some of those damaged cars today, here's most of what I saw. I saw, first of all, a lot of dings on the front parts of vehicles, and I also saw a lot of scratches up and down the side of vehicles as well when they slid into those guardrails and other cars. So that snow, it kept cleanup crews very busy. It kept drivers frustrated, and they're not so sure about round 2.
Oh man.
Darian Clayton didn't plan on watching this happen.
Slid down the hill, couldn't turn, got bad tires, so went up on the curve, ended bad.
Bad enough to call Kevin Floyd for help.
It's just where we had no idea this weather was coming, so it caught everybody by surprise this morning.
Floyd's got more than 20 years clearing cars from the road, so when he hears more snow is on its way, he knows
We're going to be busy. It's going to be a long day and a long night when I hear 3 to 5 inches.
Floyd passes off the work to these guys. Auto body shops say they're ready for more cars.
Making room in the parking lot because it's getting ready to get full. All of a sudden you go from a normal day-to-day business to it's just tow truck after tow truck.
Take the advice of these experts. Avoid winter at the wheel.
Definitely plan ahead, and if you don't have to be out, don't be out.
If it's snowing, I wouldn't go nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
But if you must.
All hands on deck. Everybody's here doing what they can do.
Yeah, they're ready for it. And luckily, most of the wrecks that they saw out there today around the Piedmont Triad did not result in injury. But Greensboro police did respond to 4 accidents where someone got hurt, and Winston-Salem saw 8.
And we talked to the state troopers, and they tell us we could blame the weather for 2 deadly wrecks, one in Wake County, the other in Onslow County. Today ate up the last available makeup day for Guilford County schools. As far as tomorrow, Guilford and Winston-Salem Forsyth County schools are on a 2-hour delay. Students in Guilford County will make up today's day off on June 16th. The district already took 1 day out of spring break, added 2 other days now to the end of the school year. Forsyth County added 3 days to the end of their school year, effectively shortening summer by those 3 days.
Well, don't miss this. In about 3 minutes, brine costing drivers billions. The salty mixture adds to safety but subtracts from your wallet. And in less than 10 minutes, dead for 45 minutes, living and loving after the afterlife.
Breaking news just in the past hour. A verdict in the American Sniper trial. The jury has found Eddie Ray Ruth guilty of capital murder. Ruth was accused of killing 2 people, including Chris Kyle, the famous American sniper depicted in the feature film. Ruth's attorney says his client has a mental illness. Nevertheless, Ruth will face life in prison with no chance for parole. Now at 11, a mother and her 2-year-old son killed. Their remains, mostly bones, found in a burned car in Greensboro.
2 city workers made the gruesome discovery yesterday afternoon in a wooded area off Thurston Avenue. Tonight, WFMY News 2's Morgan Hightower found out people familiar with the area have reason to say, not again.
Well, this is the second time police have found human remains in this wooded area. 5 years ago, police found portions of a woman's body in a trash bag, and yesterday, Greensboro police say they found the remains of 22-year-old Asia Brown and her 2-year-old son, Ashton, in a burned car. Some workers in the area tell me this latest crime brings a heartbreaking feeling of deja vu.
When you get more than 3 or 4, then you know something must be going on.
George Tucker is uncomfortably familiar with a scene like this.
Just gives you a sickening feeling over again.
Dozens of detectives going in and out of the wooded area behind his workplace. From his back lot, you can barely see where investigators are searching. But for Tucker, it's again too close. In 2010, police found a woman's dismembered body in a trash bag. This time, a mother and her child in a burned car.
They found a car that had been burned and what they believed to be bones in the vehicle.
Police say 2 city workers made the discovery Monday afternoon. Asia and Ashton Brown were reported missing Sunday evening. Police are not saying much about what happened to the mother and her son, but Tucker believes whoever is responsible for this crime
Had to be somebody that knows the area. You know, because otherwise no one would have known how to get around back there. Whatever happened to her and the child, I mean, it had to be horrible.
Well, police want to speak with people who were in this area Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Julie, they believe this crime could have happened during that time frame.
Morgan, thank you. Nobody has been arrested, but investigators are interviewing Asia's co-workers, neighbors, family, and friends.
Well, a woman hurt in a hit-and-run crash last weekend has died. The crash happened on High Point Road in Greensboro on Sunday. Police say a Nissan Pathfinder sideswiped one car, rear-ended another car, flipped several times before the SUV hit another car head-on. The 22-year-old driver ran off. Police arrested him later.
Well, even the Outer Banks got snow today. Check out the snow on the beach. That's not sand, that is ice at the edge of the water. And in Charlotte today, an out-of-control car nearly hit 2 police officers. The officers were parked in the shoulder of a road. A tractor trailer clipped another car, and that car went flying right into one of the police cruisers.
All right, so we want to take a live look at the roads around town right now. Things quiet, things moving smoothly. Not at all what we saw this morning. WFMY News 2's Ben Briscoe talked with one woman who saw so many wrecks out her window. She was, in fact, afraid to go outside.
This is very serious out here.
This snow puts Renee Morden in a bad frame of mind. So poking her head through the window is as far outside as she'll travel today. Forget about riding in a car.
Oh no, honey. I'm scared to drive when the street's wet.
Who can blame Renee when this is her view?
I started sliding. There's nothing I could do at that point.
Right here off of Wendover and 40. Renee says she's seen 6 crashes out her window this morning alone.
The car's been trying to stop and the car's sliding.
But hey, your friends probably told you the roads weren't that bad. Don't they seem pretty clear? Take their appearance with a grain of salt. After all, Greensboro police reported 97 car crashes by noon. And down the road in Winston-Salem, a 5-car pileup.
It was pretty bad.
From Renee's vantage point, it's only going to get worse.
If it freezes up out here tonight, it's going to be very bad. Be careful as you drive and stuff, because you only have one life.
Ben Briscoe, WFMY News 2.
Brine makes the road safer, but it's bad news for anything metal under your car. Brine is made with salt, water, and magnesium chloride, a combination that acts like acid first under your car, but it can spread from there and cause a lot of rust. It can eat up your brakes, your shocks, exhaust, even the frame of your car. So nationwide, AAA says it costs drivers $6.5 billion in repairs each year. Your best bet? Head to a car wash that hits your car's undercarriage.
All right, so for so many of us on the roads and people working on the roads, this morning was a surprise. But Grant, give us a look behind the curtain here in your weather lab and explain these complicated factors in that forecast.
I'll tell you what, guys, yeah, a lot of conditions that we have to consider when forecasting for snow. Obviously, one of the major factors to get snow is you have to have temperatures below freezing, but not just at the surface, but all the way up into the atmosphere. It needs to be below freezing all the way down to the ground. That's one factor that we had last night and that we're expecting to have again tomorrow. Another huge factor that we talk about a lot here is the storm track. Where is that low pressure system going to go? Does it track north? Does it track south? Does it run into the mountains? That's a big factor, and a lot of the time something that we don't know for certain until at least 2 days in advance. Another real big factor is the timing. When does the snow arrive? Do we see a freezing temperature all the way through the entire event? How long does it last, and when does the precipitation move out? That in all determines what type of snowstorm we see, and we'll have those details with tomorrow's snowstorm in just a little bit.
Certainly a lot of factors to consider. Well, watch that next step. It is a big one. The sinkhole misstep for 2 travelers.
And life after the afterlife, the man living and loving today after his own death. After the break.
Frank Mickens, Julie Luck, Grant Gilmore, Liz Crawford. You're watching WFMY News 2 at 11.
For some, it's a mystery. For others, it's a matter of faith. What happens after we die?
One Greensboro man says he found his answer. He says he died for 45 minutes. WFMY News 2's Emily Spain met the man who says his near-death experience changed his life forever.
How y'all doing?
For any small business,
I want you to taste this seasoning, okay?
finding new customers is key.
Both of you 1 mile?
But this Greensboro couple shares more than just samples.
I tell someone every day. Yesterday, I think I told 2 people.
Charles Shepard shares his story.
My life has changed 110%.
That story starts in September 2013. Charles's wife, Carmen, was getting ready to take her grandson home.
I never imagined that I would ever be in a situation like that.
When Charles collapsed in their bedroom.
Helpless, just totally helpless.
The 63-year-old had a heart attack.
She's not breathing now. She's not breathing? You do CPR because I need for you to be calm and try to help him, okay? Are you able to do CPR? Yes, okay.
Carmen got her husband on his back and started doing chest compressions until help arrived.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For nearly 1 hour, Charles wasn't breathing. His heart stopped too.
45 minutes that I was gone. What I saw was beautiful bright lights. Yes, I was at peace and just seemed like I was just in another world.
After nearly an hour, EMS workers found a faint pulse. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital, 7 days in a coma.
I woke up, the TV was on.
Carmen told Charles what happened over that last week and how for 45 minutes, she wasn't sure he was coming back.
I mean, it was just beautiful bright lights all over the place. And I never saw no one.
So my honest reaction to him was, are you sure it was the right light?
The pair says the experience has affirmed and restored their faith.
I've always believed in God, but I've gotten much, much closer, you know, because I know now, really know the power of God and the miracles He can work in your lives.
It brings you to a spiritual closeness because you truly value life.
And they truly value one another.
I always have loved her, but now, I love her twice as much,
Love is such an amazing gift because when you have that, you're willing to go through anything that you have to go through for each other.
The right light.
So happy for them. Still 5 things you need to know before you go to bed tonight. Number 1, new tonight, the truck driver involved in a Southern California train crash is charged with felony hit and run. At least 28 people were hurt when this commuter train hit a truck this morning. 3 cars on that commuter train fell onto their sides. Investigators say the conductor saw the truck ahead of time and slowed the train down.
Number 2, 2 people stepped off a bus in South Korea into empty air. A sinkhole opened up below them on the sidewalk. Rescue crews used cranes to lift them out of the big hole. Fortunately, their injuries were minor.
Number 3, 2 ambulances crashed in Georgia this morning. This is from our Gannett sister station in Macon. The sheriff's office there says the ambulances were following each other. One of the drivers blacked out. Both are fine. No one else was in the emergency vehicles.
Number 4, George Zimmerman will not face federal charges for shooting and killing black teenager Trayvon Martin. A jury found Zimmerman not guilty of second-degree murder and manslaughter in 2013. Today, the Justice Department said there was not enough evidence to charge Zimmerman with a federal hate crime.
And number 5, President Barack Obama used his veto for the 3rd time in his presidency. He shot down the congressionally approved Keystone Pipeline bill. His Republican opponents support the oil pipeline's job creation opportunities. The president and some environmentalist groups oppose it due to their concerns about the environment.
Grant is holding his Got Snow handle.
We're ready for it this time, right? Yeah, tomorrow when the snow starts to arrive, we want you to chime in on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Use the hashtag GotSnow. We'll be measuring with our Got Snow sticks out here in the Weather Garden. Let's get right to it. Start off with the 7-day forecast first. As always, it starts tomorrow, but tomorrow evening. Tomorrow morning, temperatures near 23. Maybe some patchy spots of black ice, but for the most part, a decent day tomorrow. Sunshine warms us into the mid-40s before the cloud cover fills in, and then the snow follows. The snow tapers off through Thursday evening. The rest of the week, not bad. A little cooler on Friday, 40 on Saturday, and then we're back into the mid-40s on Sunday. Small chances of scattered showers. First 2 days of next week, temperatures in the 50s. That will be nice. 2 days that we're watching here with the 2-day focus. Watching tomorrow morning, sunshine, but before that, maybe some patchy black ice. Snow arrives after sunset, continues through around probably 9 or 10 o'clock. Thursday morning, 3 to 5 inches of snow possible, and then clearing as we go into the afternoon. If you zone out for the rest of the newscast, here are the main things that I want you to know. Snow moves in probably between 6 and 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. It comes in from the south and moves to the north and east. Heaviest snow is going to be possible from 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the morning. Thursday morning, we could pick up between 3 to 5 inches of snow, watching for the possibility of sleet. That would greatly reduce our snow totals. The snow then tapers off as we go through the morning hours into the early afternoon hours on Thursday, at which point we start to get the scrapers out there and get those roads ready to go. We are under a winter storm watch in effect from 6 p.m. Wednesday until noon on Thursday. Areas out towards the west already under a winter storm warning as they're expecting that snow to arrive earlier on in the day. Nothing on the radar right now besides the clearing snow off the coast. We're tracking the snow beginning to get its act together over New Mexico. Showers moving through parts of Texas. It moves over the Gulf of Mexico overnight and then tracks along the Gulf of Mexico as we go through the day tomorrow. Again, sunshine through the first part of the day tomorrow before that cloud cover begins to increase. Here comes the snow. We'll be watching it on the radar as that area of low pressure strengthens as it moves off into the Atlantic, and then it begins to taper off as we go into Thursday morning. Here's the timeline for the Piedmont. We're looking at temperatures tomorrow evening, probably around 41 degrees. Snow showers begin to arrive. Temperatures right around that freezing mark all night long. Best chance of snow is going to be overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Wake up Thursday morning. You'll have snow on the ground, and then that snow shower activity will taper off as we go into the afternoon. Here's how much we think we fall across the area. I think anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of snow across the immediate triad. Areas north will see 1 to 3. Areas down towards Montgomery County also between 1 to 3 inches of snow. We're in the mid-20s right now. We don't budge much temperature-wise as we go into tomorrow morning. 23 degrees is at low temperature. Watch out for that patchy black ice tomorrow morning. It could sneak up on you. Sunshine through the first part of the day. Cloud cover fills back in tomorrow evening. High temperatures at 45 will delay the snow accumulation. Snow will begin to fall. Because of those warm temperatures, snow will hold off and then begin to accumulate. So be ready for it. All begins to fall after dark. Guys?
Oh, the weather's so fun. Still ahead tonight at 11. Opening round play tipped off tonight in the state high school basketball playoffs despite the snow. And we're going to take a trip to Chapel Hill. NC State taking on UNC. What happened here? We'll have highlights next. One of the ACC's oldest rivalries resuming tonight in Chapel Hill. NC State UNC tipping off for the 228th all-time meeting. This thing dates back to 1912. So let's go to the highlight reel. Justin Jackson coming off the screen, not a problem. Knocks down the three. Trevor Lacey, you remember he missed that layup in the last game, and that thing just kind of ruined everything for NC State? He didn't have that problem tonight. Davie County alum Caleb Martin gets in on the scoring action. Trifecta for him and the Wolfpack. Lacey, again, a man possessed. 11 first half points. Knocks it down. NC State at half, 29-18. What would the Heels do? How would they respond? Down 16 at this juncture. Justin Jackson, hoop, harm, done. Kennedy Meeks, slimmer this year, still a big guy. 16-2 run, cuts the lead to 2. Trevor Lacey finds Ralston Turner. Sharing is caring. Cat Barber, his nickname is Cat. A man named Cat better be good. Knocks down 2 of his game-high 15. NC State wins 58-46, the fewest points UNC has ever scored in the Dean Dome. NCAA resume looking better now. Wake Forest will have a chance to pull off their own big-time upset at home tomorrow night. The Deacs on the floor this afternoon prepping for their showdown with second-ranked Virginia, the Wahoos. This will be their 3rd straight game against a top 10 opponent. Wake lost to the 10th-ranked Notre Dame Irish last Wednesday. The game before, a tough 61-60 loss to the same Cavaliers. And they have now another shot at them within 24 hours.
We did some things well enough on the road last time we played and put ourselves in a position to win, but we didn't close the deal. We didn't finish. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to put together a game very similar to what we did there and be able to come away with a win.
Wake and Virginia taking the court tomorrow at the Joel. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. Duke has doubled up on the ACC Weekly Hoops honors. Quinn Cook named the league's Player of the Week. His teammate Tyus Jones, the Frosh, earned Rookie of the Week accolades. Coach K's squad returns to the court tomorrow at Virginia Tech. Last night's winter weather postponed all of the Triads opening round state basketball tournament first-round matchups. So to see when your favorite team will play again, head to our website, usatoday.hss.com/triad. In fact, we have updated tip-off times for you as they have been reported to us. Second-round matchups are scheduled to play on Thursday. We'll have to wait and see what this next winter weather system's going to do tomorrow night before we update that. All right, so this was the scene Saturday down in Daytona. Kyle Busch involved in a big wreck during the Xfinity Series race, hitting the interior wall just past pit road. He suffered a compound fracture in his left leg, broke his right foot, and we have an update on his condition, courtesy of his wife, Samantha, and did so on social media. A tweet and a picture. Off to NC, she says. Thank you to everyone at Halifax for taking such good care of Kyle, and to all of you for your continued prayers. Joe Gibbs Racing says there's no timetable for Busch's return. We'll be right back. So we had the basketball game between 8 and 10 tonight. So here's the deal. NCIS New Orleans did air, or will air rather, at 1:37 and 2:37 respectively. So you could set the DVR if you don't want to stay up that late and catch those programs.
All right, the snow begins to fall tomorrow evening. We'll actually see the sunshine through a good portion of the day tomorrow. High temps in the mid-40s, but once the snow falls, we'll see a lot of it overnight, between 3 to 5 inches of snow across the immediate Triad. Areas towards Virginia probably expect more on the order of 1 to 3. Down towards Troy and Montgomery County also expecting between 1 to 3. People asking when does it move out? It moves out Thursday morning. And then we gradually warm from there. Looking ahead to Monday, high temperatures in the mid-50s. I'm okay with a 30% chance of rain at that point.
Send us your pictures. We want to see the snow.
Hashtag
Have
got snow.
fun in
There's going to be plenty of it.
And
At
be
least we
safe
think.
in it. Good night.